Kristin, what is the current fiber coverage in North America?
Well, in this case, we're just talking about two markets in the region, US and Canada. At the end of last year, 75% of Canadian households were covered with fiber, while only 61% of US households were. And one reason for this pretty big difference is geography. Canada is a huge country by land area, but the population is very concentrated compared to the US, where population is more spread out.
So what are the US operators are doing to expand their coverage?
US operators are using all the tools in their toolbox right now because fiber expansion is a high priority. Strategies include, of course, organic growth. In most cases, operators are using organic buildouts as one way to expand their fiber coverage, but there's several other strategies being used too, like M&A, which includes both the higher profile deals like Verizon acquiring Frontier, and also smaller operators merging together to gain scale, and operators being acquired by private equity firms that can then turn around and invest in the company's growth. And then a few other strategies being used to expand fiber coverage include JVs, open access agreements, and public-private partnerships. And each of these strategies helps to expand that overall fiber coverage in the US. And now let's turn back to you, Diana, and what are some of the most important fiber deployment trends you're seeing across Europe?
So Europe's fiber market continues to show strong momentum, with FTTP coverage now reaching over 74% of households across the EU and the UK. While deployment growth is naturally slowing in some mature markets, fiber coverage continues to expand across the regions. There are three key factors driving fiber growth across Europe today. It's ongoing copper switch-off programs. It's a supportive regulatory environment led by such initiatives as digital decade agenda and strong public and private investment aimed at expanding fiber coverage, particularly in rural and underserved communities. Another important trend that we're seeing today in Europe is that fiber deployment looks very, very different across different regions and countries in Europe. Markets such as Spain, Portugal, and France already have a very high fiber coverage, while other markets such as Germany and UK and Greece are still expanding and adding fiber at a very fast pace. While progress varies from country to country, the overall trend is clear. The fiber coverage continues to grow across Europe.
Thanks, Diana. And for a deeper dive into the latest fiber deployment trends, check out Omdia's quarterly Fiber Homes Passed tracker and our global fiber deployment report.